Hey folks, how you doing today? I'm not doing pottery right now. I'm at home. This is my backyard. This is my oasis. And the pool's looking pretty good. Been in it a few times. I like to go in as soon as I can. And even though the water's a little chilly, it feels good. But this is where I'll be spending my summer. If I'm self-isolating, I got an oasis. It's pretty nice. I want to show you something else though. I'm dressed up to go check on some bees. I got some bees in my backyard here. I'm going to introduce you to them. This is what I like to do for fun. And for me, it's kind of a compulsion. I'm compelled to take care of these little critters. And they're not my bees, they just came to me. I'm a beekeeper. I keep the bees. I keep them safe. I give them a safe place to live. Try to take care of them. But these bees came to me. So if you get stung, you didn't get stung by my bee. They're just bees. So let me bring you back into the other part of my backyard. I'll show you what we got going on. But yeah, there's my screen porch I built. And then over here, there's my boat. There's overtime. When I'm putting in overtime or I'm working overtime, that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna go fishing. So I'll bring you back here around the side. And you'll see I've got a bunch of empty hives right here. That's just stored equipment, but this hive right here is active. And I'm gonna put you in it. You're gonna see what goes on inside a beehive today. So let me mask up here with my veil and close up. Over in the corner I got a smoker going. And we use smoke to calm the bees. It calms them down. Bees communicate a lot through pheromones. They use a sense of smell, a pheromone that they smell in order to communicate with each other. And one pheromone that you don't want is the alarm pheromone that scares the bees and makes them scared and want to sting. We don't want that. So the smoke will mask up that pheromone. It will cover it up, and hopefully the bees won't sting me. So let's show. The reason I'm going in today, I popped inside this hive yesterday and it's full. It's full of honey, it's full of bees. I'm going to show you that. But I'm also going to add some, what we call a super. And it comes from the word superimpose. So each one of these is a super. And so we put one on top of the other, therefore we're superimposing. Let me just try to fix this veil here. It keeps coming down. Okay, I think I got it. What's inside each super is a frame like this. This is a frame, and this one has the basic foundation in it. And this is called a Langstroth hive. It was devised, I don't know, hundreds of years ago, maybe 100 or so, 150 years ago, because you can harvest the honey out of it and inspect the hive and not destroy the comb. But it doesn't start out as comb. The bees make it with this foundation, you see. So it's imprinted beeswax with wires through it. And they draw it out. This is drawn comb. And you see the bees have done this. They've drawn it out and they'll fill this up with honey. In the bottom part, there's other foundation that they keep their babies in, their brood. And they lay their eggs in there. The queen does. There's one queen in every hive. Then there's a whole lot of worker bees. I'd say there's probably 15,000 to 20,000 bees inside this hive. There's a lot of bees in there. Heck, it could be a lot more than that. I don't know. I'm going to show you. You're going to see this. I'm probably not going to dig so deep as to get to the queen. She's probably down in this section somewhere, and I don't want to disturb her. What I do want to do, though, is make some special kind of honey called cut comb. Before I show you that though, every beekeeper has to load up their frames with foundation, and it takes time. It's not easy. You gotta staple it in or nail it in with a little piece of wood that holds it in place. And you try to use your foundation over and over again. This foundation got eaten up by wax moths. It can't be used anymore. So what I have to do here is pop out all this old foundation, and these are the wires that keep the foundation taut. I got to pop all this out, clean it up, and put new foundation in. Now what I'm going to do to make cut comb is I use a special kind of foundation. It's called thin. It's like a thin wax, and it's almost pure white. See that? And it's very, very thin. There's no wires in it, and it's food grade. And that's so we can make the kind of comb that you can eat. So what I will do after the bees draw this out, fill it all up with honey, I'll actually ruin the foundation by cutting it up. I can't reuse it, but I will present it in the packaging. I usually use mason jars for my packaging. And so I'll cut out slices, put them in the jars, cover them up with honey, and I used to sell it, but I just give it away now. And I use a lot of it myself. So as you can see, the bees are starting to come around. I'm going to give them a little smoke to keep them calm. We don't want to get them excited. So I got my smoker here, and I'm just going to puff a little smoke. I'm going to put a little in here and in here, a little puff. This will help try to keep those guys calm, or girls calm, I should say. Now, if you see some real big bees flying around me here, don't be alarmed. Those are the males. They're called drones, and they're bigger. Those are the boy bees. Basically, all they do is eat honey and try to find a queen to mate with. But they don't do much else. All the work done in the hive is by the young ladies here, the girl bees, the worker bees. So I'm going to give a little more smoke, especially up top. So I'm going to take the hive body I have here, this super, which is full of cut comb foundation. It's called thin surplus. That's what they call it, thin surplus. And so I'm going to try to put it in here so that they build out the comb and fill it up. While I'm doing that, I can kind of do a quick inspection for you so you can see what's in there. And I think you'll be amazed if you've never seen inside a beehive before. And you might wonder why I do this, and that's a very good question. I don't know why I do this. There was one point in my life where I wanted to try something new, and I thought about trying beekeeping, and here I am. And I really like these little critters. There's a bunch of them up top here, just chilling. And just lightly smoke them. I try not to like choke them off too much. We're going to go in the top. Here we go. Now, I've never filmed this before. I hope it all goes well. You can see we got a bunch of bees. There's a big drone. Set these girls over here. Give a little smoke down inside. This is called a hive tool. So is this. This one has little grips for grabbing the frames. So let me show you. The bees start building honey down low, and they move upwards as they fill in all their frames. And I'll show you the reason that I'm in here today, adding more, superimposing more, because they're reaching the very top. This is the very top middle, and they're starting to fill up this frame with honey and comb. Isn't that wild? And every frame is getting like that in here. Now, you know, honey starts out as nectar from flowers. See all that? Look at all that nectar. Now I'm going to show you what they do is they draw out the comb, they fill it up with nectar, and then it has to age before it turns into honey. I'm going to move this, pull this super off. It weighs, I'd say it's weighing close to 40 pounds right now. That weighs about 40 pounds of honey. Maybe 30. Let's go in a little deeper. I'll show you what these girls have done down in here. I'll show you why I'm in here today. Look at that. How about that? That's capped honey. That means it's ready to be harvested. This other is still nectar. It's still losing some of its moisture content. When the honey gets down to a certain moisture content, the bees cap it up and it gets stored that way. Now you notice I'm not really scared right now. There's a lot of bees flying around. They're not aggressive. They're not attacking me or anything. It's mainly because of the smoke. And I try not to be afraid because they smell fear. I think they do. So don't be afraid. Let's go down one more. I'd like to see what's going on. Oh my God. This one has got to be 50, 60 pounds. Well, yeah, that's got to be 50. I got some honey coming this year. That's why I'm going to make this cut comb. Let's see if I can show you one that is full of honey. That's been capped. We'll see. And then I'll put my cut comb in here. Now I'm just doing a light inspection. I don't like to disturb the bees too much because then they stop working. Now this one is kind of interesting. What's going on here? This queen has laid a couple drone eggs in the middle of the honey. And there's also some pollen coming in here. So like some of my brood box seems to be coming up a little high. And I don't necessarily want that. But I can't really control it either. I can't really tell the queen what to do. Let's see if she's done it somewhere else. She seems to be getting around quite a bit. Yeah, she's moved up into here. That's just some drone eggs with capped honey. I'm curious, so I want to go a little deeper. Pressing my luck now. I'm getting a lot of bees out. And I do this for fun. Oh my God, that's heavy. I think the other one's heavier though. Oh my goodness. Going on. It's called burr-comb. Cleaned it up a little bit. Let's have a look, see where she's laying eggs. Yeah, she's laying some brood up in here. I wish she would stay a little bit lower, but it's kind of out of my control. Wanted to see if we could see her. Let me show this up close for you. That's a good idea. What do you think of that? Wife in the beehive. I think I'm going to put her back. Let them do what they're going to do. Oh, that's heavy. I'm going to put my cut comb on here now. Put these guys or girls back together and leave them alone. I don't want to push my luck, piss them off. That's heavy. That is really heavy, full of honey. And they're still going. We got a lot of season left. It's not even May. Usually I get the most honey in April and May. After that, not much at all. And I don't always take their honey. Last year I didn't take anything. These bees came to me last year. I had empty hives, empty equipment like this. And a swarm of bees moved into it while I was away. And since they came to me, I decided I'll take care of them. Just so happened to have empty equipment. If you get stung by these bees, they're not mine. Don't sue me. And I don't get stung very often. Only occasionally. But you never go inside a beehive without smoke. If you do, you're done. They get you. Alright, girls. Alright, that's my video on beekeeping, my little distraction, my side distraction for you as well, just to share a little bit about what I do when I'm not making pots and teaching and cooking and whatever else I do. This is just another facet of me. So, take care.